when the team as a whole isn't having a great shooting night, what comes through your mind when you have that open opportunity to get that three and really kind of close the door on Furman?
Before I start my answer question, happy holidays to you guys and Merry Christmas to you all. But Furman was a really good team. Their schedule doesn't say it, and who they play doesn't say it, but they're a really good team, and they pushed us to the limit. And I think it's a great game, getting ready for us for Big Ten. But to answer your question, I just thought it was a big moment, and it's kind of Batman thing. He didn't shoot it, so he passed it to me, so I was like, I had to shoot it. But we gonna work on some things. We didn't execute our sets as good as we need to, and it kind of showed tonight. But I think we're 16 for 16 from the line, so that makes up some things. And going forward, we're just excited, getting ready for a holiday break and getting ready to kick off a Big Ten season.
Talk about the defense on the last two stops. You guys really seem to turn it up a notch.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of brush action where we trying to contact switch, and the guys weren't there, so it was giving us it was getting trouble. It was getting lanes down the basket. But the last two possessions, man, kicked it off with Zach denying the guy probably 30 feet from the basket 3 or 4 times over and back over a handoff. And, at that point, it was kind of everybody just fed off and didn't want to give a guy an easy touch. And forced him to a tough shot, and I was able to get the rebound and close the game out for the line.
What was the design on that three? I mean, you just create something late in the shot clock and take as much time up and down as you can?
The actual play was to kind of get Zach coming off something and letting him read whether the guy took me or took the roller, and they just switched it all, and the big kind of guarded me, and I caught it. I made the shot early in the first half, so I kind of knew what I was going to go to when I caught it. And at that point, it was just about making the shot, and I was happy. I was able to make the shot.
You hear that hot shooting can be contagious. Is the opposite? Can the opposite be true too? When you guys aren't hitting shots, it just feels like nothing will fall.
Well, I don't know how many threes he made in the last 2 games, so I kind of expected it for it to die off. We've been shooting well, but that's can't hang our hat on that. Like tonight, what won us the game was defense. So you just kind of roll with the punches. Everything's not going to be the exact same every game. Shots are not going to fall every time. Tonight was a testament to us finding a different way to win, just getting to the basket, getting to the line.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the second half. I think I missed 2, and then Duncan missed 1, DJ missed 1, Bo missed a couple too. So, I mean, we knew at the beginning of the second half that they weren't really falling from 3, so we try to drive more and get easier baskets.
Is that something where coach just tells you to stick with your game plan? Because you guys have always just been a team that just shoots. Yeah,
and that's what we're just trying to diversify our game and what we're known for. Obviously everyone knows we can shoot the ball really well. Like nice tonight, when we go 4 for 20 and still able to win the game and put up 68 points, that's huge.
Tonight was John's 750th college coaching.
Yeah.
Can you even wrap your head around that number?
Right. We actually talked about it before the game, and throughout the game we forgot, and we said it to him after the game, and he was like, I didn't even know I had 750 wins. So we were happy for him. Our camp that's a lot of wins. And I'm just proud we were able to get that one for him.
How did you guys find out that was could have been on the line tonight, whatever?
We saw it on Twitter.
Okay.
They were tweeting it earlier, so we saw it throughout the week. It was a big one for him.
And I guess when he's going through and you're citing examples of stuff, how far does he reach? Because sometimes when he's with us, he'll talk about like, oh yeah, back at Canisius, we did this and that. How does he do that stuff?
Yeah, we hear it. It's like he'll throw out players' names. I remember when this guy did this and this guy did that. I mean, we weren't even born yet. I don't even know who that is. I joke around with him like that. But no, he always goes back to his old coaching jobs and how much experience he has. But it pays off for us.
Thank you.
Apologies if you already asked this, but the defense there at the end, is it easier to ramp up the intensity when the crowd starts getting into it like that?
It always helps when the crowd gets into it because we feed off of them. I mean, they help us out a lot, especially late. It was big for us to be able to win the game at the defensive end. That was key for us. But when they're behind us, that helps us play.
Is it from a confidence standpoint where you're calling for the ball before you were just trying to wait for your turn? Is it now you're like, all right, I'm ready?
Yeah, I think a lot comes with experiences too. I just said that confidence comes from yourself, and it's not that I'm a different player this year just because I've worked so much in the off season. Now I can shoot and now do the things I do. All of a sudden, it's just last year I was out there and thinking about so many details I wasn't used to yet, and thinking about mistakes in this year, I trust myself much more out there, and therefore I can show my abilities.
What's your biggest takeaway from non-conference play with this group?
I think we have a great group together, as always, with a lot of defensive potential. I think the fact that we could compete with great teams like UCLA and South Carolina that turned out to be a great team is very, very motivating for us, I think. And we're just all very excited to go to the 10 play.
And just how much do you guys take out of that Virginia Tech loss? Is that motivation?
I mean, motivation, it still hurts. Hurts, and it's motivation in practice. It was motivation down there today too. Just grind it out. You got to grind it out because these losses can hurt so much towards the end of the season. And there's still motivation in practice just to don't give excuses, even though it was a hard, long day. Just keep grinding, get better.
It's been 700, Dion won the 750th game. Yeah, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, we
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that,
we applauded after the game. He was like,
did he get
why?
up on the chair?
Huh?
Did he get up on the chair?
No, he acted like he didn't know there was a 750th win, but I don't think that's true.
Does that blow your mind, though, that number? I mean, you've been here for, what, 40 games or something like that?
That is impressive, especially in college basketball, because you just play 30 to 40 games a season. So that's definitely impressive, but not surprising at all.
No? I mean, do you hear things from him and you're like, I mean, you've had coaches obviously in Germany, but...
I mean, Coach Mila's a very experienced guy, especially in coaching. And he's been coaching for 40 years on a very high level. So that's not surprising for me, the way he coaches us. It's not surprising at all that he won that much.